Hello again, Double Talk 73 here. We're in New York. This is going to be a little bit longer video because not only am I going to talk about New York, I'm talking about what's coming up after New York, which on our schedule should be uh, North Carolina, excuse me, Colorado. Forgive me, please. We done been to Colorado. The next one should be North Carolina. Now, you can go to North Carolina. It's not a place that produces a lot of money, but you can fish there. You can level up here if you just farm it and stick with it until you can go to Oregon or Florida. Or you can go back to lakes that you've already been to, where you know how to catch. Once you get where you can use shiners, which let's leave here for a second. We've got to get some other information. I rigged my rigs here just to fish this lake with level 5 gear. Okay. Baits. If you want to catch large cutthroat, you're going to need shiners or large minnows. So you see, you have to be level 19 to get shiners, and to get large minnows, you have to be level 26 or 31. 26 with gold coins, and 31 just level. Okay, you can get it at 26. Now, here's the thing. If you're going to buy gold coins, this is your better deal. 1,090. You're not going to use a lot more than that. We don't want to buy lakes. This is what I bought originally, and then later found out that all you're buying is license. When you buy a lake, you still have to pay for the travel and so on and so forth. But the way I'm trying to teach you is, if you buy these bait coins, you can get the bait and the lures that you want earlier and use your bait coins. Plus, use your bait coins when you don't want to wait out a cool down period. Okay, if you're not fishing from night to night. Now, premium, here again, this is what I bought. Don't need it. It's nice at lower levels to be able to get 50% more XP and 50% more money, but the value is not there. I'm sorry, it's just not there. Just farm longer instead of spending the money. Okay, here's another thing. Let's see if I got it here. DLCs. I had it here. Where did it go? Where did it go? Well, go on to Steam in the community, or go on the internet and do a search for Fishing Planet DLCs. The one you're wanting to buy, which will help you level up faster, is the Sport Heavy Casting Pack. It's $4.99. With that, you get a Fish Keeper medium, which has a 66-pound maximum each fish and 154-pound total weight. The total weight is the important thing. Like in New York, we're going to catch 1, 2, and 3-pound fish, and they're going to be anywhere from $150 to $250 a piece. Now, if you've got a keeper net that only hold 50 pounds, you catch 20 fish at $200, that's $4,000, and you've got to roll over. Okay, in New York, it costs you $900 to roll over. So you catch $2,000 worth of fish, you're going to wind up having to spend $1,000 to rent a kayak to get where we need to fish and pay $900 to roll over. Your money behind. So if you were going to spend money for a DLC, I would spend the $4.99. You'll get a few bait coins, you get some money, and you get some rods and reels that you can really use. Okay? I don't like to advertise DLCs, but if I, knowing what I know about the game, if I was going to buy one, that's the one I'd buy. That gives you a couple of heavy rods too that you can use later on in the game. Okay, this is what we're going to be using. Like I say, all these are level 5 gear. We're using a value spin 7'6" 3 to 7.5 pound. Okay, using a Windcast 1500. That's 4.9 pounds, and we're using 0.007 mono. That's 3 pound line. Now, when I was testing this, I caught a 3.8 pound walleye and reeled it in. It took a little time, but don't overset your drag. Set your drag low and come up one click at a time. Just about the middle of the drag setting is where, like 6 o'clock, that's where you want it to be. So start it at what you would call 5 o'clock. That way you don't over drag, and don't go over that middle. These lures, you buy 5 of them. There again, that's let me show you the lures. Spoons, narrow spoons. Where are we at here? Here we go. Level 5, never 1/4 ounce narrow spoons with a 1/0 hook. You get 5 of them for $210. That's $40 a piece. You don't want to lose them. You lose them, you got to replace them sooner or later. I tried this one. I didn't get any catches on it. Didn't even get any bites, so I haven't figured that one out yet. This one is a good one when you get up a little higher, you get to level 7. You can buy this one. That works wonderful in Russia, believe it or not. Okay, but anyhow, so that one you want to get. Okay, bait. Level 5, we can use grasshoppers and flies. Mayflies, gold. They're not going to do us any good in New York. So we can catch with grasshoppers and flies, we can catch black crappie. Whenever where I'm going to show you the fish, wherever the yellow perch, the grass pike, grass pickerel, I'm sorry, the young pike, the sauger, and the walleyes, when they quit hitting our lure, then you can go over and I'll show you where you can fish for black crappie. And almost every cast, we're talking about a minute and a half. Just bam, 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 keep coming up. Then when the evening peak comes along, then we can go back to catching sauger and the other fish with our lure. Okay, so that's where we are. Excuse me. Let me show you the rod. For the bait, I'm using an OmniFloat 11-foot 5-inch. That's 3 to 6.5 pound. Callisto XSR 1400. That's a 4.4 pound drag. 0.007 mono. That is 3 pound line again. That's level 5. We're using a chubby. Let me make sure that that's a level 5. That's the largest hook that we can buy. Level 5 is just a number 1, not 1/0, number 1 in grasshoppers. So let's look at our bobbers. See, we can get a chubby at level 3, so we're good there. Okay, that's a good lure to use. Later on, this is the one I like for just about everything, unless I want to cast a long distance, and then I use this one. This one casts further. That's really the only difference in the two. I know this says night, but that's really the only difference in the two. Okay, so that's what we're set up for. For those black crappie, we're also going to use a 50-inch leader length. So let's go and see what we can do. In New York, it costs you $3,900 travel and license for the first day. So hopefully you've got a few $1,000s left over from the other lakes, because what you're going to need to do is we're going to need to rent a canoe. This is good. Okay, we'll do that. And it costs $1,000 to rent a canoe. Now our weather's cloudy. That's what we want, really. That's the best time for catching the kind of fish we're going to be catching. See, it's $1,000 to rent. Okay, so we get in our canoe, and then we're going to go to the left. Excuse me, to the right. Right over here in this corner is a little slough. That's where we want to go. And if you just follow the shoreline, you'll see it. Now you notice that my strength meter goes down pretty fast when you're holding your W and your shift key to go as fast as you can. What you do is you let up on both of them for just a few seconds, and it starts to go back up. That way you get more usage out of it. It goes down around 2 miles an hour. You go back on it. So you let it drift a little bit and go again. But if you let it go all the way down, the fastest you can paddle is 3 miles per hour. And until you get where you can spend $300,000 on a bass boat, this will be your mode of transportation. I bought one of the metal boats, and the flat bottom, not a whole lot to them. You don't have a trolling motor, and they're kind of hard to work with, but the kayaks will do it. Now, we'll drop our anchor. We're going to get our number 7, I believe it is. Number 7 is our casting. Now, we're going to fish right in here. Now, there is a ledge right along in here. And you'll notice when I cast out and I start reeling in, I use a 3-speed, stop and go. See how fast it went to the bottom? Okay. It's going to keep on going that until I come across that ledge. And when I come across that ledge where the fish tend to congregate on, it's going to take a lot longer. That's a perch. But it'll take a lot longer for that lure to drop. Maybe not a perch. But you see, by the time we rode over here and caught our first fish, up a perch, was 9 minutes. We've got, let's see, I fished till 9 o'clock when I was testing this, and we're still catching fish. So this is where I farm. Here we go. That's either a sauger or a walleye. Now, if it starts pulling drag off it, you see where I've got my drag set? Roughly at 6 o'clock. If it's a big enough fish, it'll start pulling a sauger. Okay? 1.6 pounds, $138. See, if you catch 100 of them, you got $13,000. And that sounds outlandish, but that's why you need that DLC where you get 154 pounds of fish in it. 154 pounds will allow you to catch 75 of those fish or bigger. That gives you 75 times, right at $8,000 worth of fish. And that's what we need to do. And it's just, see, there we go. We're starting to take longer to go down, okay? And we'll catch them like this. Just bam, bam, bam. Sauger, okay. And we'll catch the occasional walleye. We'll catch the occasional uh, young pike. The pike fight a little harder. But I hope I can catch. I caught a 3.8 pound walleye with this 3-pound outfit. And what I do is I use my space bar as my reel in, and then I use just the right key or the right button on a mouse to work it better. Hopefully I can catch one to show you what I mean, and you'll be able to tell when I push the right button on the mouse. But you got to get this technique down where you can catch them like you see right out there in front of us. Here we go, trophy yellow perch. And you need to sit here till 9 o'clock on a cloudy morning. Now, the sunny morning, I don't know. Haven't tried it, but I know cloudy. Come over and try. I'm going to show you where to go. And you can come here in the evening too. But there's also another place in the evening where you can catch sauger. And then when you get a higher level, where you can get, I think it's a level 16 or 17, you can get a 3-inch glowed in the dark worm and a 1/2 ounce jig, and you can go around the rocks here. And I caught a 6.55 pound unique sauger, which is my personal best. I kind of like that. I caught a lot of other saugers. I caught 2 unis, a 6.55 and a 5.3, I think it was. Got to keep that lure moving. I'm sorry, don't let it sit on the bottom. It works better if you keep it moving. But you can tell when you come over that ledge. There we go. Takes longer to settle back down. And I may back out a little bit. Give us a little better. There we go. But see, I'm right close to the edge of that ledge, and I don't want to be. I want to bring that lure across the ledge. Yeah, let's back up a little bit. Okay, rod, anchor, back up. Okay, rod. Now see if that doesn't help us a little bit. Excuse me. Head barbecue. Unsuccessful cast. Sorry. It's one of them old men casts. You know how I am. So we want to use stop and go. Oops. 3-speed, not 4-speed. And you want to bounce that lure just before it hits the bottom. Now when you get a faster boat, like I've got a bass boat, you can run around this lake a whole lot faster. Oh, I missed that one. That was my fault. I got to remember to hit the right mouse button only and not reel when I want to set the hook, because I'm been playing this game a long time, pretty good bit of time, and I still hit both buttons at the same time and jerk the lures out of their mouth. That's just not thinking about what I'm doing. And you'll do it too. It's just part of learning, part of getting, part of fishing. But I hope you like my video, and if you do, please subscribe. Right button on it, then reel. See, if I get a big one, see how I'm pumping that? If I get a big one, that's what you'll see me do. But I'll take sauger, young northern pike, walleye. Walleyes pay more, but they're a little harder to catch. Now you can catch walleyes right off the dock, but you have to cast maximum cast out about 175, 200 feet, which means it takes a long time to reel them in. That is, if you don't want to rent a boat. But you can rent a boat, you come over here and you cast 80, 90 feet, and most of them you catch, you're going to be fairly close to you. So we're going to fish till 6 o'clock, and I'll show you what we've got so far. See, we're deeper than 26 feet there. So let's back up just a little bit more. Okay. And when you can use large minnows or shiners, you can fish right up in the mouth of that slough with your leader set at maximum depth, and you can reel it towards you 2 feet at a time, and that bait it'll stay, your bobber will stay flat on the surface, and when you drop off that ledge, it'll straighten up, and that's where you want to fish. But there again, you need either large minnows or shiners in order to be able to do that, and a 1/0 hook. Every time you come over here, it's going to be, you're going to set your boat at a different place. So that ledge or that drop off is going to be at a different place. Sometimes it'll be at 60 feet, sometimes 65 feet, sometimes at 50 feet. But that's just this side of it where most of your fish are going to be. Okay, we're almost straight up and down, so now let's try it over a little bit to the left here. And this lure works pretty good just about anywhere in the lake. Okay, we just dropped off that ledge. See how long it's taking to go down? Oops. Now I did it right that time, right mouse button, but I missed the strike. That was my fault. Or the fish's fault anyhow. Can't catch them all. That's like the state troopers or the cops that you're driving down the highway in the middle of a bunch of traffic, and he said, okay, here we got a nice decent fish. Got decent fishing. Okay, rod down, bring it up, right button, pump it up. See, I'm not going to increase my drag. If I increase my drag, I'm going to lose that lure. I'm set as high as I can go. Right button, let go. Right button. Right button. Right button. Right button. Right mouse. Right mouse. Right mouse. Right mouse. Now, what I'm fixing to do is take my finger off the left mouse button and put it on my, I'm going to raise the rod up. Sometimes that helps. And still just keep pumping. I keep my hand on the space bar to reel and then keep pumping. Now we're bringing it in. The bigger they are, the more time it takes. But this is the way you learn how to fight. When you got a 130-pound beluga on, believe me, you got a fight on your hands, and you need to learn how to do this. Raise your rod up. Now, if you raise your rod up and it starts taking more line out, bring your rod down and keep doing the same thing. Right button. Right button. See how it's pulling drag out? Working my drag. This is over a 3-pound fish. 3.7, 3.8, 3.9, something like that. Which will pay real good. Okay, how about that? 4.8. $414, 184 XP points. You see, I caught almost a 5-pound fish on a 3-pound rig. That's what you need to learn how to do. That's where these lower lakes will really help you. Okay, let's see what time it is. 6:04. Okay, let's see where we stand so far. 1 hour. We've got $1,027. Okay, our boat's paid for. Okay, we got 7 fish. We got a total of 13 3/4 pounds, but our boat's paid for 24 hours. It's not 24 game hours. It's 24 real hours. If you start fishing at 5 p.m. your time, the next day at 5 p.m. is when that rental runs out. Okay. So now, that's location there, and okay. Let me show you the next one. The next one is all the way in the corner over here. Actually, there are 2 over here. I'll show you the first one's closer. Actually, quit doing that. Okay. See these rocks? This rock wall right here? I'll take you over there and we'll show you. When you get that 3-inch lure at night, you want to be parked off that wall at 9 o'clock peak, fishing that 3-inch with a 1/2 ounce jig head, 3-speed, bounce along the bottom. I haven't tried it every morning. I don't know if we're going to catch anything or not. We're going to give it a try. That's one of those things that, you know, we're going to experiment. Okay, drop our anchor, get our rod out. Now, I do know that at night you want to fish in this area. Okay, right in here is where I caught that 655. But I know if I cast it off the point, I have a better chance during the day to catch a walleye or the sauger. I just went across some rocks. Yeah. Now you can fish that other location the whole 4 hours from 5 to 9. See, now we're off the rocks. We're down in the deeper water. There we go. That's probably a sauger. Or a yellow perch if it doesn't get any bigger. Well, I got the There we go. A yellow perch. Okay. There's no real set distance on that. Just cast it out there a good distance. See them come across the rocks. Once you get across the rocks, you're in the area where the fish will bite. Haven't changed the lure, haven't changed a thing. All we did was come to a different location. Now, you'll notice they were hitting more over to the other location more frequently. Now, different weather, sunny, partly cloudy, they may hit more frequently over here. That's something you need to test and find out. Because I haven't. This water's deep. Look at here. I started my software a while ago to record this. I didn't have any sound. I figured, what in the world? So I checked my settings, and OBS turns different things off on its own sometimes. I don't know why, but it does. We're going to try one more cast here, and then we're going to move to the other location. Let me try up against the flat of the rocks. And there we got to use our blue circle. We don't want to bounce it off the rocks. We just want to get up next to them. Let it settle. And just before it hits the bottom, start working it. Now that doesn't matter whether you're using that glow in the dark worm when you can get it, when you can buy it. You still want to just work it. Because unlike real fishing, in this game, the fish more often hit it when the lure's going down. In real life fishing, most times they hit it when the lure's going up. So, here we go. What we got here? We got a 1.6 pound sauger. That's money, okay? The only problem with fishing further away from the dock, takes you a longer time to row over here until you get you a boat or a bass boat. It takes about 30 seconds or 10 seconds to get over here with a bass boat. They fly. They really do. I think it's 47 miles an hour they run across the water. Let's see, here's another location. I want to show you that my third location. Oops, I missed that one. I did it right. It just didn't stay hooked. Unless you got scuba gear on and you got real quick hands, you can't put the hook in your mouth and make it stay. Usually when you miss one like that, you might as well just reel in, cast back out, and try again. It's part of fishing. You're not going to catch them all. Oh, I was saying, as state trooper, you're moving along with traffic, 5, 6, 7, 8, 10 cars, and he singles you out and pulls you over. And you ask him, why did you stop me? We were all going at the same speed. And I have heard of policemen say, well, do you ever go fishing? I said, yeah. Well, when a whole school of fish comes by, can you catch them all? You just catch one. Well, you're the one I caught. Doesn't make you feel any better. That's just the way it is. Caught that right up there at that. Ooh, right underneath the boat. Another yellow perch. Okay, now I'm going to try. I haven't tried this before. Let's try a little further off the point. See if we can get anything there. We shouldn't have to come across any rocks there. It's taking a pretty good while to sink down. water's a little deeper. Oh, how about that? All right. Doesn't hurt my feelings. Decent sized fish. Around 2 pounds, be my guess. Working really dry. 1.5 pound sauger. Okay, that's that location. Now let me show you the other one. It is right over here in this corner. Gotta have a boat. This is where you're going. There's 2 places here, but you fish them with, when you get it where you can, bobbers, large minnows or large minnows or shiners. Okay. Drop an anchor. See the lily pads right here? That's one. And oops, get over here. Lily pads right here. That's the other one. Now, the only thing you're going to be able to use there is bobbers. I haven't tried a lure. Let's see what happens. I'll tell you something else. If you get these lures hung up in lily pads with 3-pound line, you're not getting them out. I can show you how to do that. All you do, you lose fishing time. Is what you do, really. But it's better than losing your lure. And this in any part of the game. If you're trying to get your lure to loose and it's not coming loose and you don't want to lose it, let's see if I can get it hung up on purpose. I'll just show you. Back here in them lily pads. Nope, not hung up yet. Maybe I'll catch a fish. I don't know if it's going to show you this on OBS. But if you get your lure hung up, bottom of your keyboard, let's just put it right in the middle of the lily pads, is your Windows key. There we go. Now, it's not going to let me out of there, no matter what I do. See, I'm pumping. I'm hung up. It's not going to let me out of there. Well, I don't want to lose my lure, and I don't want to use the B key to cut the line. So down the bottom of your keyboard, next to Control and Alt in the middle is a Windows key. Press your Windows key, up will pop a window, and all your hot pinned to your taskbar down at the bottom. If you put the mouse on the fishing planet, right click and close window. Okay, it'll close it in a minute. You come completely out of the game. Okay, the only thing you can do is start it again. But we haven't lost our lure. And if I'd have kept on yanking, pulling on it, I'd have lost my lure. That's how you save your lure. If it's bait fishing, it depends on if it's your last hook, you do the same thing. If it's your last minnow, it's gone. Because in most of the lakes, when you hang up, when you're using bait, and you'll notice it's like you got 10 left. When you reel it in, you'll have 9 left. Okay, you lose a bait. So if you're going to lose a bait, Journey, wow, my buddy. Hello, buddy. I wish this had voice to text. Making a vid on this lake to help lower our efforts. Now here from the dock, there's a, see that orange or yellow tree, and that one there, that's what I aim at. So that's just maximum cast. Cast out there as far as you can. Okay, same thing. See, I know where black crappies are. I just never tried it with a tube. He's doing one of the events or one of the missions. And here we are. See, we're at the same time as when we left earlier, so we didn't lose time. Even though we went completely out of the game, we come back in. We just come back in at the same time. So if you're let me look and see where he's at for just a second. Always like to help my buddies. And y'all. Let's see, where are you? Where you at? Where you at? Where you at? He's way over there. Okay. Now let's try the other tree. There again. I'm just showing you these as alternatives. And you can catch the black crappie from the dock too. You're apparently not here right now. Okay, we're gonna go back over. That black crappie with a tube, that's a toughie. I tried that one. Okay, we're gonna change to our. Oops, gotta get all in. To our grasshoppers, and you can do this with your boat or without it. If you go out there and catch them, you just don't have to reel them as far. You can catch them faster. But it's those lily pads right there. I just fished right off the end of them. We're just right in front of them. But with the boat, you just drive right out there, and we got a boat. Duh. Already paid for it. Dummy. Or kayak, let me rephrase that. It's what you call sort of a boat. Okay, let's roll out here. Get rid of this for just a second. Sorry, Jay-Z. And you want to come around. And I like to be aimed at the lily pads. Okay, there they are. So what we're going to do is we better get a rod out here. We're going to put them. Yeah, put it right out here in front of them. See how lucky we are right now. They like grasshoppers and they like crickets, but crickets are level 6. So we could try flies too. We got flies. Flies are level 5. Now, like every other place I fish, whether it's Florida, Louisiana, or wherever, oh, got us a ding. If they don't bite in just a minute or two, or second or two, reel it in and reset. Black crappie. Now see, at $33, you ain't gonna get rich. But if nothing else is hit, I assure you, you can come over here and catch crappie, black crappie. But you want to be careful. You get hung up in them lily pads, and you've got to go out of the game and come back in again. You're not going to lose time. You lose real time. You're not going to lose game time. See, he's over in his slough. He's catching black crappie on a tube jig. Let's see what that is. There's some action on top of water over here. Just out of curiosity, let's see if there's anything there that'll bite a grasshopper. So that's where you find stuff out. Experiment. See something disturbing bait fish, throw it in there just for a minute or two and just see if something will hit you. Nope. Okay. Oh, mercy. Anybody else come in here? No? Okay. If we catch another one, we'll try flies, just see what happens. All this done with 3-pound rig. See, when you catch them, you jerk them in fast. Ooh, that's a pretty nice one. 0.65 pounds. Okay, let's put flies on here. Flies, flea fly, flow flies. Here you are, flies. Still same 50-inch leader. And I sure do like to use that blue circle. So I don't hopefully don't cast it too far and get in them lily pads. Use the zoom button, that Z key. Need to get me a drink, excuse me. My good old green tea. got us a little wind blowing that bobber away from where we want to be fishing. So let's put our bobber back over here where we want to be fishing. You ain't gonna get rich catching black crappie, but if nothing else is hitting, they're not hitting that lure. You can come over here and catch crappie. It's that way. It's just not wasted time. Hopefully. Don't seem to like the flies, do they? Shoe fly pie, shoe fly pie. Nope. Okay. See, don't wait forever. I'll press my Z key. Put my grasshopper back on there. Also, when you get higher level and you want to go to North Carolina to catch uni black crappie, you use leeches, but you have to be high enough level in order to be able to buy them. And you use a 1/0 hook there as well. Catch him on that tube, it really is tough. True that. Come on, don't just nibble at it, take it. There we go. See? Okay. Now let's go back to dock. That's the fastest way to get back to dock. Do that. See, rolling back over there. We're going to go back over there in that slough to the right corner. This time we're going to go on my boat, so it won't take so long. Sorry about the noise. Same deal. We need to find that ledge. So we cast out there as far as, just a good distance. Bring it in just a little bit of time. 3-speed. Now you can also use 2-speed and drag along the bottom, but that ain't going to tell you where it is. There we go. Now, if I was here farming, this is where I would stay. From 5 o'clock in the morning till 9 o'clock. Then I would go catch black crappies during the day, and then come back over here when I think it's around 6 o'clock when the evening peak starts, and then at night go over there and fish all different rocks where I showed you, the rock wall, and you can catch them there from 9 until 11, or from 11 to 1, depending on what the peak, or 3 to 5, depending on the peak. You have to fish when they're hitting, and it's just part of learning. And I haven't caught a uni with this lure yet. Trophies, that trophy I caught a while ago, about the biggest I've caught with this lure, but a uni would be hard to get in. It would take some time. It would take some time. You just have to keep reeling and pumping, reeling and pumping, reeling and pumping. That's a nice one. Auger. Okay. Like I said, the walleyes pay more, but until you got a higher level where you can buy the lures that they'll hit, you have to catch what you can catch. And that's what we're doing. Now we've lost about, what? We've lost almost an hour of fishing fiddling around. Really. At least an hour. Going over there and showing you the other three spots. And showing you the wall, the two spots for the lures, and then off the dock, and then the black crappie in the back. We lost over an hour. So let's say we've lost, see, we're coming up on 8 o'clock. Let's say the worst case scenario, we lost 2 hours of fishing that we stayed here and kept on it. If we can subtract the black crappie, probably we would have caught the others here. So if we subtract those black crappie weight, we'll know about what we'd catch in 2 hours fishing here, approximately. There's the ledge. Yeah, we're not going to catch nothing maybe before 8 o'clock. It'd be nice. Oh, here we did. May not get it in before 8 o'clock, but we caught it. A walleye. There we go. That's a nice one. 2.2 pounds, $196. Okay. Let's see where we stand. Okay, if we take out these three black crappie, which is about $100 roughly. Okay, we're at 1,800. We'd be at $1,900. Okay, so now we paid for a boat. We paid for the license. So all we got to do now is catch. If we catch 10 more sauger, 5 more sauger, if they're, well, 8. Catch 8 more sauger, the whole day is paid for. The boat, the travel, the license, it's all paid for. So then anything above that is gravy. Plus, we're getting XP to level up. So that's the way you farm. That's the way you farm this lake. And I hope that helps you. There again, that's with all level 5 gear. If you've got, if you stayed at Mud River or wherever, let's see, at Mud River or in Colorado, and got higher level, 7 or 8, you can get better lures. This lure works good, but you can get a better, stronger rod, stronger reel, so that when you get hung up and heavier line, if you can get 6 or 8 pound line, you're not going to lose this lure if you get hung up. You don't have to go out and come back in the game. So that's about all I can teach you on this lake right now. Thanks again for watching. I appreciate you very much. Sorry it was so long. I tried to give you as much information as I could. I know sometimes it's a little bit more. When I was first learning, it's overwhelming the amount of information that's available. But I hope to try to make it that much easier for y'all. It would have been nice if I would have had a lot of information that I know now back when I was first coming up. It's tough. I know it is. Believe me, I've been there. So thanks again for watching. Uh, take care. Catch some fish. Catch a lot of fish. Hope you catch some big fish. And if you ever catch me out on the water in a room, if you have any questions, just ask. I'll gladly answer any questions. Um, like I was saying about the keeper, mine's uh, max fish weight's 220 pounds. Point total weight is 661 pounds. Now, that keep net costs you 100 grand, but you also have to be a level 40 in order to be able to buy it. But if you'll buy that uh, DLC that I recommended, the Sport Heavy Casting Pack, you can catch a 66-pound fish, one fish, and 154-pound max. So if we're at, let's see, we're at 20 pounds roughly. If you take out them, 20 pounds is $1,900. That's about $85 a pound. So if you can catch 150 pounds of fish, you're going to be in the $10,000 range. Money ahead, XP ahead, and you can just keep on extending. It costs you, let's see, New York, it costs you $500 to extend to the next day. So you need to catch somewhere in a $5,000 to $7,000 worth of fish to make it worth your trip and to help you level up. Okay, I'm done for now. Thanks again. God bless you and your families. And y'all come back now you hear. I'll catch you later. Bye.